Black Ice T V. Black Ice T V.
What came first? Ra or Allah? Jesus, Darwin, Krishna, Raja. Everybody swears they know the creator. Put belief first, facts, cracks grow greater. Check it, pa, what came first? Drake or the Woo? If mask off's the future is blue. Higher infinite power healing our people. Replaced with trap, confine the minds of ways that's fecal, lethal. What came first? Woman or the man? You take man out of woman, you can't reverse the plan. Man feels the greater than nature, that's why we're living damn. Balance brings truth, but resides in a hand. Talk fam, what came first? Blackness or the womb? The blackness of the galaxy, the blackness of the tomb. The blackness of the skin or the blackness of the heart. The blackness of the soul where the seed takes its start.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, family, and welcome to Black Ice TV7 Highlights. This is Naz Tyrone for Black Ice TV7, and today I'm here with the creator of KCK and the Young Gifted and Black Awards, entrepreneur, the blessing to Black society, Miss Yvonne Bailey. So, Mrs. Bailey, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing well. I'm feeling a lot better now the event is over.
That's good. Could you tell us why you created the Young Gifted and Black Awards?
Well, the idea behind that was to show a different perspective of black youth. Because as we all know, the media only concentrate on the ones who are doing terrible things. We know the terrible things. I mean, the police should be doing something about that. They are not. They expect the black community to police our young people as well. However, I just decided when I heard that 70% of young black youths were underachieving, that's going back to 2000 something, I thought, I'm sick and tired of this. What about the ones, the 30% who are achieving? Why do they never even talk about these young people? And we know it's not 70% of young people in this country who are committing crime. The majority of them are not. However, the focus always on those ones who are doing all these awful things out there. And I thought, enough is enough. Let me find some of those young people who are doing well and trying to show to the community and the wider community that our young people are no different to anybody else. Because in every culture you have crime. So why is the concentration only on black youths? I know the media got an agenda. Okay. So I feel, well, I can start another agenda myself. If they're not prepared to do it, then somebody got to do it. And so I'm starting that.
Okay.
So, guys, now we have come to the part of the show where we get the awards out. So, this is George Mitchell School. Make some noise. If you want to come up further up, you can come closer if you want to take some photos of that noise. Leighton School! Wow, there is a lot of you. Make some noise for Anne-Marie Hunter Desmond. It's for Marge Adi. For Tatum Black. Henry Buffo. Kate Brown. Naya Dale Pitters, Javine Dennis, Tiffany Grant, make some noise guys, Kane, Milton Mills, Lina Mohammed, Tommy Watson, Precious Olufaro, Katie Ozabru Rodriguez, Phoebe Safo, Jarrell Singh, Kimon McGinn.
So are the awards just to show people that black people aspire, or is there another agenda behind it, like towards the youth themselves?
Well, first of all, it is to show what you just said. It's to show that we have young people who are doing well, but they don't sell newspapers, so you won't hear about them. But also, it's to show young people in the audience who do come along that rather than always see black youth out in a negative light, here's positivity in front of them. That the young people actually been used as role models. So other young people can aspire and do well as well. In fact, this year, last week before the event, a young girl, Somalian girl, rang me, and she was very emotional. She was very late, too late in fact, for the deadline. But she said she came along and saw her cousin got his award.
Okay.
And they don't live in the borough. Yeah, I asked if she lives in the borough. She said no, she doesn't. He didn't, but he got an award. And I said, what do you think of the ceremony? She said, I loved it. And I so much wanted to be there and get an award that motivated me to do well in my GCSEs. And here I am.
Each one,
please, she says, can you put me down? Please, I know I'm late. She was really... So we did that in the end.
Like this, the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall.
some noise. Come on, sir. Angel and Rosie, who are 9 and 11. Make some noise for Angel and Rosie. Oh, take a bow. Well done, guys, well done. So now we are moving on to the third set of awards.
And that is what it's doing. You know, another young girl, another Somalian, she actually in 2015, she came along to the award ceremony for SATs, because we do SATs as well as GCSEs, who's done well.
Okay.
SATs at age 14. And she did so well, she was the highest achiever. She didn't apply to go to a top scholarship where Kate Middleton, Princess Beatrice, those kind of people go to. And she won a £35,000 a year scholarship to go to this top private school in Cheltenham.
That's
obviously on condition that she did well in GCSEs, because she'd only just done her SATs at that point. This year, September, someone sent me a photograph of her with some young girls at Cheltenham. She done very well again in her GCSEs. She was supposed to come back to get a trophy last Thursday, but on what happened, and in fact they gave her the time to come, the college, but what happened, she changed one of her subjects. And to do this particular subject, she had to go to France. And they have 2 weeks for half term, by the way, not just 1 week like ordinary folks. so she went off to France and apologized for not being able to come to get her award. Otherwise, she would have been there and probably would have spoken to the audience as well to say how it motivated her to go on to where she is now. That's what we're trying to do. And you would know that at the events, we had Dr. Lee, who came along and did a motivational speech, and he was one of our first award recipients. And he's now training to be a brain surgeon. So these are the young people we want to see. You want to come back, talk to the young people in the audience and say, look, I am here. I was here then, years later, I'm here now. This is what I've done. And this is what we'd like you to do. But of course, this won't get in the media.
Cool, so now we have got the guest speaker, we have got, please, when he comes up, make some noise for Dr. Lee!
Hey everybody, so my name's Dr. Lee. My first name's actually Lee, but my surname is Nathaniel, where it's a little bit longer. Essentially, I was just like one of the young award winners. I was part of the first cohort 14 years ago, so I actually came here and received an award. So I've been invited back quite graciously to come tell you about what I've been doing since I won the award. So when I was on the stage, just like all the young people here, I said I wanted to be a brain surgeon, okay? And all throughout secondary school, all throughout school, I kind of said that's what I wanted to do, that's what I wanted to be. And a lot of people will look at you when you say what it is you want to do, and they'll look at you, they'll make judgments on how you look and what they perceive you to be, and they'll kind of decide for you that it's unrealistic. Since then, since I was 16, I've got 3 degrees. I've done an undergraduate degree. Thank you very much. So I've got an undergraduate degree in molecular biology. I've got a master's in cancer research, and I've got my bachelor of medicine and surgery as well. So what I've been up to, I have travelled the world quite a bit. So I've delivered babies in Jamaica. I've done brain surgery in Singapore. I have done paediatric research in Sierra Leone. So I basically did what I said I was going to do. So to all the young people still here, because I know a lot of people have already left, I believe in you, okay? Everyone here believes in you. You're going to get a lot of people along the way that are going to make judgments on how you look. To this day, I get patients asking me who I am. You know, I go and see them, I treat them every day for 2 weeks, they're in hospital, they see me, and when they're leaving, they're like, who are you, by the way? You know, I've got a stethoscope around my neck, I'm wearing a white coat, but they decide because I don't fit their picture of what they're expecting me to be, I couldn't possibly be the doctor. So you got to remember that, you know, society does judge on the way you look, and the whole purpose of this event is that there are people that look just like you, but we're not given a platform, okay? So a lot of people told me I can't have dreadlocks and be a doctor, which is nonsense, okay? I love my locks, I can't.
To talk about what this event is about. And I'm going to start with a story. I'm actually going to tell you about 2 young African African girls who came and migrated to London. And the first story, I'm not going to give you her name, but she came to this city at the age of 11 from North Africa. So she may have been from what's now Algeria or Morocco, but she also had ancestors and relatives from sub-Saharan Africa, much further south, and from the Middle East. And this young woman, this young African woman, who came here to London at the age of 11, she died at the age of 14. But the reason I'm telling you her story is that she died in London 1,900 years ago. She came with the Roman Empire. So she, not only 1,900 years ago were there African young people living in this city, it was a new city then, but think about it, that's 1,500 years, a millennium and a half before the time of enslavement. And yet, in our heads, we kind of have a story, don't we, sometimes, that black British history is a new thing, or that black British history starts with this time of enslavement. It doesn't. It's much, much older than that. The present is a long present. And why do we know it? Because now people, this girl, her skeleton is in the Museum of London, and only in 2016 did scientists do the DNA tests and the tests on the dental records that told us where she was from. And they're not only doing that from that period, we now know that there were Africans living in Stratford-on-Avon in the 9th century, the Anglo-Saxon period, and in York, and in the northeast of England, and over in Ipswich in the Middle Ages. The presence is long. And for those of you in this room who have a Muslim identity, if you go back to the time of Queen Elizabeth I, a man called Abdul Wahid bin Masoud bin Muhammad al-Alam, I had to remember that. He was an ambassador in the court of Queen Elizabeth from the Islamic Empire of North Africa.
Yeah, so I contacted Channel 5 about this gangland program we put it on twice, and the guy said, I said, why don't you come and, show on your TV some positive, interaction within our community. There's young people on the stage there, and they're talking to young people in the audience, what motivated them, young people getting awards. Why don't you come in here to film that? And he said to me, it's local. It's a local event. I said, but you know what? If those same gangs that you're filming were to come to that event and they were to do something terrible there, you'll soon see how you and all the other media companies, will be coming down and filming and photographing the terrible things that they do. But you would not come to show something that's so positive about black youth. So what is your agenda?
Well, that's why Black Eyes TV is here to try and show these events in a better light than what regular mainstream despicable news will try and do. So my next question would be, how long has KCK been in existence? And what trials and tribulations have you encountered as a black person trying to start up an endeavour such as this?
Well, KCK started in 1998. Activities opened in 1999. Now we had a lot of activities, reduced now to only ballet, tap and street dance, the usual thing. But previously we had music workshops for black youth. In fact, Shemzi, who got into MTV Top 10, it was 2015, he actually came from our music program. We've had someone come in, a motivational speaker, talking to the youths about crime, gang crime and knives, and he turned them around. One of them actually went on. He said he was dumbing himself down to be in that group, but he knew he was bright. And when this man came in and spoke to him, he actually did quite well, and he went on to college and he was offered a university place. So we had workshops like that for a year. Funding, of course, ran out. You only get funding for a year in our case, you know, and before you know it, the funding's done and that's it, end of the youth, they're back on the streets again. So when people are talking about, oh yes, they're all for the youth and this, that and the other, it's a lie. It's not true, you know, they don't care. And we're the ones who are trying to care. They won't give us the funding. We can't get the funding. So that is a major issue. With regards to the award ceremony, well, we were told it's racist. It's, you know, the local Guardian is very good. Every year they put it in the paper. And one year they had to stop the comments because people saying, if it was young, gifted and white, blah, blah, blah. And they're really going on. Oh, it reached about 50 and they said, stop it. They were really, really pulling us down. I'm thinking, what is so wrong about trying to raise the profile, raise these black youths up in this society? What is so wrong about that? How could that be racist? Other communities have their own things that they're doing. We have the Asian Businesswoman of the Year awards. You know, nobody says nothing about that. Other cultures do their own thing. But if you're black and you try to do something, it's altogether different. It's like the masses still thinks that we are, you know, we are in their power and they can do what they like, tell us what to do, and we can't do nothing for themselves without their say so.
Stepping Dawn, come on, my name's Stepping Dawn. Stepping Dawn. Stepping on, stepping on, stepping on, stepping on. Every reach and every round, stepping on, stepping on. Get your knees up. Get your knees up, stepping on. Get your knees up, stepping on. Every reach and every round, get your knees up, stepping on. Round the chimney. Round the chimney, stepping on. Round the chimney, stepping on. Every reach and every round, round the chimney, stepping on.
Yeah, I was saying with regards to other cultures that they can do whatever they seem to want, that they want to in their community. Like for instance, they have the Asian Businesswoman of the Year awards. Nobody bat an eyelid or say anything about that. But as soon as we try to do something positive for the youth, especially as we hear even now, a young boy, 14, got shot in the head, these terrible things are happening. Are we trying to show that's all they're concentrating on? We want to show something different. And no, oh, we're racist. You know, if it was young, gifted and white, that's what they're saying. However, I don't care what they say, because at the end of the day, when people say to me, change the name from young, gifted and black, I said, no, there are young, gifted and black. There are a lot of young, gifted and black people out there, but unfortunately, the society in which we live in doesn't allow them to flourish. So we have the situation now where either we do something or we let them continue, yeah, to show our young people like the devil incarnate.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so if you had to give some inspirational words for the young people, for anyone else who's watching, what would you say?
Well, I would say like what I've said to all the young people, you know, when they come there, you know, I mean, all they can see, or they read or hear about is about the negativity. They're going to try and work hard and to show, you know, actions speak louder than words. So they're going to go and do well in school, in college, university, and like the doctor who is now trained to be a brain surgeon. He's a young guy, you know what I'm saying? And a young man rang me and he said to me, oh, Yvonne, the award that I got, I put it on my bedside table. And I have to let you know this, on cold winter mornings when I don't want to get up, I remember the night when I received that and the applause I got for my achievements, I had to go on and do well. He said, I'm not studying to be a doctor at the Imperial College London. My intention is to be a surgeon. So now we have 2 surgeons. I mean, there are probably more amongst them. That's what I want young people to aspire to, you know? Not just be surgeons, to be whatever they want to be. So that is the whole idea. Lifting up, raising up our young people, and in turn that will lift up and raise up our community in the eyes of the world and in society at large in this country.
Lovely, lovely. Okay, this is Nas Tyrone, Black Ice TV 7 with Yvonne Bailey, and out.
Black Ice TV. Black Ice TV.
What came first, Ra or Allah? Jesus, Darwin, Krishna, Raja, everybody swears they know the creator. Put belief first, facts, cracks, grow greater. Check it, pa, what came first, Drake or the Woo? If mask off's the future is blue. Higher infinite power, healing our people. Replaced with trap, confine the minds of ways that's fecal, lethal. What came first, woman or the man? You take man out of woman, you can't reverse the plan. Man feels the greater than nature, that's why we're living damn. Balance brings truth, but resides in a hand. Talk fam, what came first? Blackness or the womb? The blackness of the galaxy, the blackness of the tomb. The blackness of the skin or the blackness of the heart. The blackness of the soul where the seed takes its start.
Black Ice T V. Black Ice T V.
What came first, Ra or Allah? Jesus, Darwin, Krishna, Raja, everybody swears they know the creator. Put belief first, facts, cracks, grow greater. Check it, pa, what came first, Drake or the Woo? If mask off's the future is blue. Higher infinite power, healing our people. Replaced with trap, confine the minds of ways that's fecal, lethal. What came first, woman or the man? You take man out of woman, you can't reverse the plan. Man feels the greater than nature, that's why we're living damn. Balance brings truth, but resides in a hand. Talk fam, what came first? Blackness or the womb? The blackness of the galaxy, the blackness of the tomb. The blackness of the skin or the blackness of the heart. The blackness of the soul where the seed takes its start.